and welcome to Chef's Best Friends. Today we will be talking about all things Alice Dornicelli and her stuffed poblano peppers. I love anything stuffed. Stuffed burgers, stuffed tomatoes, stuffed French toast, but I really think that stuffed poblano peppers are my favorite because of all the interesting combinations of flavors you can create. Today we're going Italian and stuffing them with mozzarella and a few surprises along the way. First, we are going to start with one component of our filling, which are roasted tomatoes. These tomatoes, I'm now going to brush with a mixture of 4 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of confectioner sugar, salt and pepper, and crushed red pepper. The confectioner sugar is supposed to bring out the red color of the tomatoes, and I think that it matches perfectly with the spiciness of the poblano peppers. Now I'm going to take the mixture I made earlier and spread it all over the tomatoes. And the oven is already preheated to 375 degrees. So once I'm finished, I can just pop them in the oven and it'll take about 35 minutes to 40 minutes. So this is almost ready and I cannot wait. It looks gorgeous. Okay. So now we're gonna put them in the oven and see them in about half an hour. Now I'm going to be preparing the poblano peppers because when they go into the oven, they don't bake for very long, so you want to make sure that they're tender on the inside but not mushy on the outside. So we're going to cook them in a couple of tablespoons of canola oil. You can also use vegetable or olive oil, and you want to make sure that the oil is very hot and you hear a sizzle like now, and we're probably only going to do a couple at a time because the pan isn't that big, but you can also just use a larger pan if that is easier for you. And so you want to make sure that you put them with the side facing up, and then you can turn them around as many times as you want. Just make sure that they don't get too mushy, and so that when you bake them in the oven that they still stay nice and tender but also crisp. Next, I'll be frying some thyme that will then go into the poblano pepper stuffing. Thyme is a great herb to fry because it has so much flavor. I heated up like 3 tablespoons of olive oil, and now it should be hot enough, so I'm going to drop the thyme in and stand back because it may splatter a little bit and you do not want to get yourself burned. It shouldn't take very long for the thyme to fry up, and you will have delicious herbs to put in your stuffed poblano peppers. In the same skillet that you fry the thyme, now you're going to put in 3 red bell peppers. Earlier I took the seeds out and I diced them, and I have them in this container here, so we are going to add them to the olive oil and we are going to stir them around and saute them. And they should saute for about 3 to 5 minutes because you want the red bell peppers to be tender but also slightly firm. So I took the bell peppers out of the skillet and put them in a bowl, and now they're waiting for the rest of the filling. So I'm going to continue, and we are adding 3 cloves of garlic that I smashed earlier and diced, and 3 yellow onions that I diced into the skillet. We're going to add all that flavor, and I am super excited about this. These onions and garlic, they're going to get all nice and sweated and maybe a little caramelized on the bottom. And now just watch out and make sure that the garlic doesn't burn. So I would start on a lower heat and move up to a higher heat just to be sure. But they will sweat for about 8 to 10 minutes, and when that's done, we'll have another part of our filling complete. One of the final steps of these gorgeous poblano peppers are the topping. So the topping is made from 3/4 of a cup of breadcrumbs that I'm going to put in this bowl. These are Italian style breadcrumbs because I like the extra herbs, but you don't have to. You can just use normal breadcrumbs. So then also in this topping, for a little bit of saltiness, I use a 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. And then for a little bit of richness, you use 4 tablespoons or a 1/2 stick of melted butter. So we are going to combine these with a fork, and once they're all mixed, I can take the topping and put it on the top of the poblano peppers, and then they'll go in the oven, and this topping will get all gorgeous and bubbly. I honestly can't wait. Now I bet you all are dying to find out how these poblano peppers come together. Well, the last step of the filling is taking mozzarella cheese that I cubed and basil that I cut and mixing it in with the filling, which is, remember, the peppers, the onions, and then the tomatoes, which we roasted at the beginning. So I'm going to mix it all in, and then I'm going to add some red wine vinegar for a little bit of tang and acidity because everything's so heavy. Also, don't forget that the thyme that we fried up earlier is flaked in here also for another herbaceous hit. So now we are going to add a little bit of red wine vinegar, and you can adjust it to the way you like it. So if you like a lot of acidity, just add more red wine vinegar. So now we are going to take the filling and stuff it in these gorgeous poblano peppers. And then once I put all the filling in them, we are going to top it off with the breadcrumb mixture. So now that I've filled 2 of them, I can just show you what it looks like, and we will put in the breadcrumb mixture on the top, and then under the oven, these are going to get all nice and bubbly and golden, and I cannot wait for you to try these at home. You are going to fall in love with them. They cook at 375 for 12 to 15 minutes, and I will pull them out and show you the finished product soon. Well, I just took these poblano peppers out of the oven and they look fantastic. I'm so excited for you to try these at home. If you have people in your family that don't like spice as much as I do, you can use bell peppers and you will get the same results. But trust me, you won't want to miss out on the spice of this poblano pepper dish. Now take a closer look and see all the magnificence for yourself.